house in which once more I sit. I curse the very thought of it. Doors creaking through the cold empty halls, and cobwebs on the walls. A box filled with broken dreams, scattered pictures from a life once filled with glee. So ghastly through the dead of night I go. Dark kitchen where I cook my shit. How I shudder at the thought of it. Pots and pans amidst the stale hollow stink, and dishes in the sink. The cheese that's been there for years, the tiled floor that's not been washed but for blood and tears, and forks and spoons from a bygone time once shined so bright they have no life amidst the darkening clouds, and children play on the streets below as I die alone in this dark house.
One, two, three. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
So we want about 1 cup of juice, so we're literally just gonna squeeze. So we're literally just gonna squeeze.
For now, in your imagination, what is about to happen is real.
Thunderstorm with great big drops of rain, as you could really feel the water coming. It was so groovy, you can't believe how groovy it was. Look at this water hitting you taking showers.
And drag you into captivity for communist soldiers to betray your virtue and to destroy you. Many women have let America go down the drain. They wouldn't run around naked, but they allow their children to. Say, husband, we've got to have what the Joneses have. We've got to have what the Smiths have. And so the husband has to work 18 hours out of 24 in order to get what the Joneses have.
Good luck to you, Henry Phillips. You know, I was really nice to you, and you're a prick. You're a rude little prick. You know, you act like a... You know, you plowed down my meal like the Russians were in Santa Monica. You're an asshole. You ain't going no place in this business.
My fellow Californians, this is Ronald Reagan.
It's a Saturday night in Los Angeles, and in a moment or two, we're going to fill the airwaves with some very strange and interesting sounds.
So we're literally just gonna squeeze.
Cuba had no point to make whatsoever in their demonstration and in their getting together, other than they didn't want to obey the law. I don't care whether it's Sunset Strip or it's down on the beach. They're the same problem.
It's pissed off people that can't afford tickets but are going anyways, because that's what it is.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, check, test, help. Computer, volume 10. Computer, what time is it?
The time is 11 a.m.
Computer, what time is Halloween?
Halloween is 2 days away, on Friday, October 31st.
Thank you, computer.
My pleasure. Just doing my job.
Computer, I love you.
That's so nice of you to say.
Hello everybody and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be doing something very topical, which is not something we do often here on the show out of sheer laziness on my part. But, well, let me explain it in a second. First, I want to thank Maui Girl for sending this picture, presumably of a party she attended in Maui, or maybe it's her house. I don't know, but it's very festive and beautiful. I love Halloween. And I love when people get all decked out and decorations. I used to like it a lot in New York City because they really go all out. You get mugged and everything. Parasitosis says, Henry and computer sitting in a tree, KIS. No, I was just showing a little bit of affection, and I think that's important to do every now and then. Broken Arrow, absolutely enjoying the Halloween makeup, Henry. Looking scary as heck. No, I want to correct you on that, and I appreciate the sentiment, but this is not makeup. This is me. I have a beard now. It's coming out white. Somebody called me Kenny Rogers recently, which happens every time I grow the beard out. The hair's coming out gray. The beard's coming out white. It's not good. I think what I'm going to do is change it up, because the idea is not to look as old as possible and have people think that you are doing this as some kind of a costume or whatever. So anyway, Broken Arrow says, my dad started dyeing his beard black and it actually looked really good. Wow, okay. But did your dad have black hair to begin with? Because that's important. I think mine coming out, me with a black beard would look kind of weird, I think. Parasitosis says his piss is coming out brown. My guess is that you need to drink more water, if that's going on. But I'm not a Scientologist or whatever. Butt Smasher Masher says, if you keep growing it out, you can be Santa. Okay, yeah, but I don't want to be Santa. That's the problem here, Butt Smasher Masher, is I don't want to do that. But I appreciate the suggestion. I appreciate everything. And, hey, I also appreciate my cat Roast Beef. Let's take a quick peek at Roast Beef and see what he's up to. He's in his little cubby underneath the sink. That sink came with a cubby underneath it where you could store stuff, I guess. It's not really supposed to be a place for him to sleep, but he gets pissed off. Parasitosis, no bed this time. He hadn't shown any interest in being there in a month or more, so I figured, all right, well, I'll store some stuff, some shampoo bottles and whatnot. Maybe some black beard dye or something. And then all of a sudden he got pissed off that I filled it up, his little cubby. And so he started pretending like he wanted to get in there. So I had to take everything out again. And now he's just sleeping in there just to spite me, I guess. Okay. So I don't know if anybody's watching the World Series. These are amazing games between two amazing teams. This is the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays won 93 and 92. I think they won twice, 2 consecutive years. The Toronto Blue Jays, 30, 33 years ago. And so Butt Smasher Masher says, go Jays. And I'm sure there's some people that want to go Dodgers. Here's what I do when it comes to these types of things. It doesn't really affect me much who wins and who loses. So what I like to do is see which team seems like they're about to win. And then right at that moment, I jump on that team's side so that I can say I'm with the winning team. And that way, you're with the winner. I don't see why everybody doesn't just do that. Money Curse says, I want both teams to have fun. Yeah, well, both teams are going to make a hell of a lot of money either way. One will make more, I guess, if they win. Splashing Blumpkins says, where's Henry? Will Kenny Rogers be leading the stream today? Kenny did make a nice chicken back in the day. No, Splashing Bumpkins, this is Henry. I am Henry. And this is just a beard that I'm growing, similar to the one that Kenny Rogers had. Okay, everybody. Parasitosis brings up a good point. If you side with the loser, you probably meant, you can blame it on them if you're in a bad mood ever. Yeah, it's always good to have somebody to blame your problems on. That makes life so much easier because it's not you. JB's Tech, our old friend JB's Tech, we missed you on the Halloween stream the other day, has just resubscribed at the tier 3 level for 26 months. Amazing. Thank you, JB's Tech. Good to see you on here. Thanks for your high tier subscription. And there's a message here. It says 36 months. That's 3 years of subscribing, which feels like both a milestone and a cry for help. I know the feeling. I don't have much free time anymore. I'm sorry to hear that. But also I sleep less. So that's kind of the same thing. Yeah, that's right. You're getting more time from the time that you're not sleeping. Sleep is a big time waster. Glad to still be here for the Halloween stream, Henry. Okay, it is sort of Halloween, but we did the big one on Sunday, which of course you can watch on the VD. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show maybe a video about Halloween. This is one. Well, this is an old one. This was strange happenings in my kitchen. But we also have, well, first I'm going to, that we still never figured out what that was all about. But I want to read off the alerts here. Beanie Bo Beanie, thank you very much for subscribing. Purple Donut Filling His Fruit says, holy shit. And subscribed at the tier 3 level. Amazing. Thank you, Purple Donut Filling His Fruit. Very kind of you. And Video Game Weekend subscribed, and Ari Cakes 7 says, love you, Henry, and subscribed for 23 months. Amazing. Thanks for all the support, everybody. We're at 313 subscribers, which I think is pretty great. Shitty Fardum Official says, Shardy Fardum, my mistake, official. So this is the official Shardy Fardum, not some imitator. I think that was a giant cat. Yeah, I think you are right. Yeah, Shitty Fardum Official says, yeah, better get it right. Yeah, I certainly would never want to offend Shardy Fardum. Dark Ages says, Mr. Shardy Fardum to you. Yeah, to me and also to everybody. Official Shitter says, correct. So we have the official stamp of approval from Official Shitter. Okay, so let's go ahead now and take a look at this video that Ageless gave us a couple of years ago, but it's still relevant, just as relevant this Halloween as it was way back in the days of yore of 2 years ago when Ageless sent it to us.
Thanks for coming out to the pumpkin patch with me. Sorry, how do you say your name again?
It's Rolex on say.
Do you use dating apps often?
I try not to.
The good thing about dating apps is, even if you don't find the love of your life or get laid, it's still a good way to make new friends.
So, who are we waiting for again? Is this a friend of yours?
Well, we're waiting for the great pumpkin to rise from the pumpkin patch and give out gifts.
We're waiting for the who?
You know, a pumpkin is a member of the cucurbita family, which includes squash and cucumbers. According to Native American folklore, pumpkin seeds can keep away evil spirits. You know, I was today's years old when I found out that pumpkin spice doesn't actually contain any pumpkin.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Ageless, for sending in that awesome artwork in the Henry's Kitchen universe. A lot of great comments here. Parasitosis says, that was a Lisi, oh my God, for sure. Yeah, maybe. Lisi's got a little more Midwest. That one sounded a little bit more back east, but I might just know that because it's inside information. Okay. Well, 69 Devin the Dude 69 says, to what extent do you like Vince Guaraldi? I like Vince Guaraldi quite a bit. Amazing jazz piano improviser. Did the soundtrack for Charlie Brown Christmas album, which is a masterpiece. I also like Nick Girardi. I think that's how you say it, or Geraldo, something like that. He's the guy who plays guitar for Pat Benatar. And I also like Greg Giraldo, the late Greg Giraldo. So I like people with that similar sounding last name. JB's text says, Nico Tezo is actively making pumpkin soup. And for some reason, the pumpkin smells like muskmelon. I don't know if that means it's not ripe or too ripe or just right. Ooh, I don't know. I know that they do go bad really quickly. I found that out the hard way with the jack-o'-lantern that we made here. Thanks, Average Heat. Says my outdoor kitchen is very festive. It's actually not. It's Maui Girl 45's background, and it's a wonderful background. But let's change it up. We have some songs to do. This one is so fucking adorable. This is Pug Lady 2600's dog Millie wearing a beautiful hat. You know, I don't know who could possibly look at this and not feel some kind of hope or some kind of joy inside their heart. I mean, this is really what it is. It's a pilgrim hat. A pug with a pilgrim hat. How do you not like that? Some people don't. And I think that's messed up. Game Master Flash, what's up? Good to see you. I downloaded the game, and I think we're going to play it on Sunday. Game Master Flash says, Henry, if you had a man cave, what band posters would you put up? Well, I don't know if I would have members of the band, but I would have Elvis for sure. I don't know if his band really had the same charisma. They were good players, but I would definitely say Elvis and probably... Well, I have a Black Sabbath poster that's pretty cool. It's probably pretty tattered. I bought it at the Hatch store in Nashville, and it's pretty sweet. Black Sabbath, Elvis. I mean, maybe Led Zeppelin. I mean, they definitely, image-wise, they really had it going on. Great music, too, but you got to admit their image was great for posters and stuff. Alexander Dean says Jose Suicidio. Yeah, I would definitely have that. Parasitosis says, do people still hide porn in the woods? I never knew that was a thing, but when you say it that way, it really sounds like one of those, is the Pope a Catholic kind of thing, you know? It's like one guy says, you know, a guy goes to a bar and says, hey, do you have beer? And the guy says, do people hide porn in the woods? Purple donut filling is fruit. What kind of dog do we need to cook today? Specifically a pug, or does golden retriever work? No, we're not cooking any dogs. We have, I'll show you a picture of what we're doing here today. We've got a hot dog. This is actually a chicken sausage, is the best that I could do under the circumstances, but it's going to have to pass for a Dodger dog, which is actually, I think, a 10-inch long hot dog. All things must ask says, does the Pope shit in the woods? Yeah, that's the actual expression, I think. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Pug Lady, for this beautiful, beautiful image of Millie just living her best life. And I think we determined that Millie was a her. I hope I didn't get that wrong. Parasitosis sends this one. This is a guy eating what looks to be some kind of a donut. And where is this? And what is the context? Or do we even need context? He seems to be pissing off that girl behind him. Maybe she thinks that he is... Maybe he stole her donut and he's laughing about eating it and she's pissed off. Spooky Rocket says red 40 donut. What's a red 40 donut? Computer, what's a red 40 donut?
From knowyourmeme.com. Red 40, also known as Allura Red AC or Red 40 food dye, refers to an artificial food coloring that is often used in processed foods and beverages in the USA.
Okay, well, I didn't know they went up to 40. We used to have red dye number 2 back in the 70s. That was the big one that everybody was talking about. But I guess they've done it 38 more times. Parasitosis says the guy is Hirohiko Araki. I should probably know who that is. I feel ignorant. Computer, who is Hirohiko Araki?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Oh, computer doesn't know either. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's do one of our songs now, shall we? And let's get a cool background. Here, this one from Saguaro Ooh should work. Maui Girl 45 says brown number 2. Yeah, I think that's not only a Crayola crayon color, but it's also an aptly named food dye. Okay. We've done this song before, but I really want to get into the Halloween spirit. Nancy Droodles requested this song. It's a very dark Halloween-themed song about some kind of a satanic, morbid ritual with a lot of imagery of coffins and some kind of orgy or it's very dark. So if you're triggered by dark things, maybe this song isn't for you, but it's called The Monster Mash, and it seems to be some kind of sick dance that they do around the graveyard or whatever. You'll hear the lyrics, but it's okay, it's what it is. I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash. He did the monster mash, the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash, he did the mash. It was caught in a flash from my laboratory in the castle east. The master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came out from their humble abodes to catch a jolt from my electrodes. They did the mash, they did the monster mash, the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash, they did the mash. Monster mash, the monster mash. It caught on in a flash. The zombies were having fun, the party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. I made my own melody for the bridge there. The scene was rockin', all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive. The coffin bangers, yeah, so now that's where they go too far, I think. That's some kind of sick shit right there. Coffin bangers. With their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker 5, they played the mash. They played the monster mash. The monster mash. I think Alice Cooper actually has a song about coffin bangers. They played the mash, and it wasn't played on a lot of radio stations. They played the mash, not because it was controversial, but because it wasn't a very good song, I think. Out from his coffin, Dracula's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "What the fuck happened to my Transylvanian twist?" He did the mash. He did the monster mash, the monster mash. It's a graveyard smash, now it's a mash. It caught on in a flash, it's the mash. A fucking monster mash, the monster mash. Boner of a lonely fart, let's read some of our alerts here. Boner of a lonely fart says happy Halloween. Happy Halloween right back to you. And Smokey Rocket totally subscribed, and so did Alexander Diener, gifted a sub to Froginator, and Beanie Bobini did some shit too. So thank you very much to all of you. Maui Girl says, did they find that monkey with COVID, herpes, hepatitis C that ran away in Mississippi? I heard something about it, but boy, what an unfortunate monkey that must be. COVID, herpes, and hepatitis C. That's worse than my friend. Okay, so let's go to, wait a second here. Monster Mash. Dark Ages, is the Monster Mash a dance or sex position? I have never been able to gather it entirely from the song. I think it's probably a sexual position. Okay, sorry, you got me off when you changed the subject there with the monkey with hairpiece. Let's go ahead. We got one more verse here. Now everything's cool. Drax a part of the band, and my Monster Mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you. Then you can mash, you can Monster Mash, the Monster Mash, and do my graveyard smash. Then you can mash, you'll catch on a flash, the Monster Mash. You can Monster Mash. Ooh. Oh, shit. Sorry about the ending there. Okay. Well, that was an interesting song about some kind of sick orgy that happens at a graveyard amongst a bunch of Satan-worshipping ghouls of some sort. And you're right, Trashmaster 124. I think it was originally a Black Sabbath song, but the beat was a little too happy for them, so they sold it to this guy Pickett. We have more songs, but let me check in on our alerts. Burt Bufftug Our old friend Bert Bufftug here says, Happy Spooktober to Henry, Roast Beef, and Chat. Happy Spooktober right back to you. And Roast Beef is sleeping in his little cubby. He's just kind of chilling there, so he's happy. And Beanie Bo Beanie says there aren't enough Halloween time songs. There really aren't. Don't Fear the Reaper is one of them, and that's a good one. Parasitosis says, okay, I hate to start shit, but Three Musketeers is the fucking worst candy bar. I swear to God, if anyone gives me one on Halloween, I will flip a tit. Okay, so Parasitosis still trick-or-treating, I guess. And getting really angry if someone gives him that particular brand. So don't give him that one. Maybe a Baby Ruth or an O. Henry. Do they still even have O. Henry? Okay, there's a conversation going on. Brett Bain says Snickers is the OG candy bar. Yep, there's a lot of arguments. And don't let the Canadians, the Toronto fans, get involved, because they're going to start talking about the chocolate they have up there. And I do have to say, it does kind of make all of ours taste like you're eating junk. Zone Seek says all candy is good. Yeah, you know what? That's a beautiful way to look at it. Thank you for that positive message. Maui Girl says Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Yeah, no, those are hard to beat. The Yaminator up in Canada, Coffee Crisp is the best. Oh yeah, those are great. One of the users brought them down for me when we all met in Naperville, and I gotta say I had them for weeks, and I love me a coffee crisp in the morning with coffee. New York Carl says most of our candy, Canadian. New York Carl is Canadian. I didn't know that. Is just American candy, but we get our Cadbury from the UK, I think. Oh, okay, but not Coffee Crisp. Coffee Crisp is Canadian. We don't have that down here. But I guess maybe it's not candy. Maybe it's more of a food item. I don't know. Okay, everybody. Let's get back on track here. Thank you, Saguaro Ooh, for giving us this cool background pic. Let's scroll through some of our other ones here. We've got this one from Maui Girl. Turducken and Thanksgiving dinner in a can. Looks delish. And there's a disclaimer there. Grain-free turducken wet dog. Oh, this is dog food. Do not make the mistake of getting this for your Thanksgiving dinner. This is intended for dogs. Brett Bain, Henry's lip-smacking dark chocolate whiskey barrels are my favorite. Yeah, the whiskey barrels came out really good. If you want to find those on YouTube, you know those little bottles that they have that have little liqueur in them, and you can get them at liquor stores and whatnot, usually around Halloween time or at Christmas time. I made those, and you'd be amazed that you can make those completely at home. You don't need to go out and buy them for upwards of $1. You can just spend an hour in the kitchen and make them yourself. M. Cariotti says Costco sells them too. Oh, yeah, I'm sure they do. I took mine to Costco thinking maybe we could work out some kind of deal where they sell them at a retail price, but they weren't down. Master Cookie the Third says, hey, Henry, do you know Fred, Wilma, and Daphne don't smoke weed, but Shaggy and Scooby-Dooby do? I love that. Thank you for that wordplay. That was really fun to say out loud, even though I saw it coming about halfway through the sentence. And I thought maybe I'm going to be the victim of some kind of embarrassing prank, but it wasn't. It was really just good old-fashioned fun wordplay, and we like that here at Henry's Kitchen, and I appreciate it. Okay, we're going to find a background for our next song here. This next song is a weird one, so let's find a weird picture. This one was Saguaro Ooh's submission for the Halloween Jack-o'-lantern contest. I'm so sorry, but who won the Halloween contest? The Jack-o'-lantern contest? Or was it just submissions and everybody was a winner? Did we announce that? The whole stream the other day is a blur. Oh, Alexander Dean won. Okay. JB's text says, turns out there actually is a wrong way to eat Reese's, and it's right after a shot of whiskey. The flavor that happens isn't sweet or bitter, it's just forbidden. I didn't know that. Oh, It's Kate X says there was no winner. It was just participation, and I appreciate that. I like that. I've lost every contest I've ever tried to be in, and I am all in favor of just letting people submit to the contest, but don't announce a winner because that makes the rest of us feel like shit. Bert Buff Tug, oh, I never thought of that. I thought the wrong way to consume Reese's was rectally. Well, I would imagine there's 50 wrong ways to eat a Reese's, which is a song by Paul Simon, I think. Okay. Alexander, oh, It's Kate X says Alexander did post a video on the Discord recreating your jack-o'-lantern, though. Oh, very cool. Well, I'm gonna have to check that out. All right, let's go ahead and do this song. Nancy Droodle's Bring in the Halloween Suggestions. This is a Halloween-ish weird song by Jefferson Airplane. Remember, Jefferson Airplane is the band that was Jefferson Airplane, then they went to Jefferson Starship, and then they changed it to just Starship. And they actually have a song that complains about corporations changing their names. Okay, here it is. Some Lewis Carroll references in this one. In fact, that's pretty much all it is. One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small. And the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Depends on who your mother is. Elderberry would be one of those ones that doesn't do anything. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits and you know you're gonna fall. My cat chases rabbits. Tell him he used to anyway. Tell him hookah smoking caterpillar. What is that? A hookah? Is that like saying hooker but with a AH? A hooker smoking caterpillar has given you the call. Go ask Alice when she's just small. Kind of channeled Stan Ridgway for a second there. When the men on the chessboard get up and tell you where to go, and you've just had some kind of mushroom, and your mind is moving low. I think this happened to me in the desert at a Doug Stanhope party. Go ask Alice, I think she'll know. When the logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead, and the white knight is talking backwards, and the red queen's off with her head. Remember what the dormouse said. Feed your head, feed your head. Go Ask Alice, or no, it was called The White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane, corporate rock band who changed their name several times and later complained about it in their song about We Built This City. Boner of a Lonely Fart, thank you so much. And Bert Buff Tug, thanks again for subscribing. Spooky Rocket, thank you. Fidget Hat says, hard work good, hard work fine, but first take care of head. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Thanks, Boner of a Lonely Fart, for noticing my flourishes. Dark Ages says big water pipe, right? I don't fucking know. My friend used to have one. He'd always been bubbling on when I was on voice chat with him. Big water pipe. Oh, are you talking about a hookah? Okay. All right, everybody, it's time. Let's put the guitar away. I know we've been having fun, but we've got some important business to get into now. So let's go ahead and get into the kitchen. Oh my goodness, where are my manners? I completely forgot to put our sign up there. Let me do that now. Remember, this sign took a little bit of a fall on our Halloween stream. So we got to be careful. The N is now kind of jacked. But it's still basically survived. And I'm happy about that because I don't like when things change. Okay. All right, everybody. I don't know if you guys have been watching this World Series. I'm normally not a huge sports fan in general. Uh-oh. We got to change the reverb here. Check. Help. Okay. So, but this has been very engaging television. I don't know what's going on. I think that the way the light's hitting me or something, I just don't look good. I guess it's just me. I'm just getting very old and it's very disturbing. Computer, is there any way to reverse the aging process?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, unfortunately, there is no way to reverse aging.
Fuck! Okay. Viper Squid says, you always look good, Henry. Oh, thank you. Big Nesky says, what the fuck? Yeah, you're right. It's very disappointing to hear that from a computer. It's Kate X says, what if we watch all the Twitch DVDs in reverse order? Yeah, that could work. A Benjamin Button type thing. Okay, Dark Ages says, if you can reflect some natural light into the kitchen, it makes for more flattering videography. Or just give up entirely like me. Yeah, that's true. The thing is, I have to put up with YouTube comments, so those are the worst. Oh my God, he's gotten so old. A lot of times people will see the very first one from 14 years ago, and then the most recent one back to back, and they'll go, whoa. Cooking really does age you, and it does. Okay, everybody, we got to start getting to work here. But this, let's go into the history. So what I thought I would do today, since I don't like to pick a team in the World Series until it looks like one is just about to win, and then I usually have a hat for both teams, and then when it really looks like they are going to win, I'll put on the hat for that team so that I'm part of the winning team. The idea is to get with the winning team. That way you're not associated with the losers. And it works, you know. People are more friendly to you, and you're more fun at parties and all that stuff because you've got the smell of a winner on you. Trashmaster124 says, oh, so you're never wrong. Clever. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. So in order to be neutral right now during the World Series, I thought, why don't we make a dish that celebrates both teams? And of course, when you think Canada and original snack food, they do sell it at Rogers Centre over there where they have the Toronto Blue Jays. Poutine. Poutine, if you don't know, is French fries covered with gravy and cheese curds that usually come from Montreal. Cheese curds are very difficult to get. They have them in Wisconsin also. They're a byproduct of factories that make cheese. And that's why they're hard to find anywhere. You can't really order them. it's kind of fascinating, and I like that. I like that there's... Thanks, Irish Hammer is watching every word that I'm saying, because Irish Hammer doesn't want me to do poutine wrongly. See, I already messed up the grammar, I think. Beanie Bobini says, I'm in Minnesota. I have the in on cheese curds. Okay, I love the fact that there are some foods that are still only available in certain regions, because what would be the point of going to Wisconsin if you could get cheese curds right here in Southern California or whatever? Fondue Yourself says, cheese curds are a byproduct of cheese, like pain relief is a side effect of ibuprofen. Oh, I see. So you're saying sort of it's the whole purpose of cheese. Interesting. Okay, so let's back up just a little bit here. I was talking to a guy at a bar one time who said, think globally, drink locally. And I thought that was a really cool thing, you know, and especially if you're in business, you want to think, I mean, there's people who buy Henry's Kitchen aprons that are in places like, oh, I don't know, well, throughout Europe. And I mean, I've had it from Eastern Europe and Australia, Japan, Hong Kong. It's all fascinating to me. And how boring of a world would it be if every single type of regional craft beer or cuisine or byproduct of factories or whatever all happened everywhere? Then it'd be no point in traveling. Jess143797 says, guys, what are we making? You're absolutely right. I'm getting off a little bit, but we're going to be making something called the Poutine Dodger Dog. This is going to celebrate the Toronto Blue Jays as well as the Dodgers in the same dish. And then people can decide whether they want to root for which team. Sorry about rambling a little bit there, but let's talk a little bit about what I'm going to be doing. Well, let's go into the history of the Dodger Dog. It says here, and I've got a picture of a Dodger Dog. No, that's a picture of my cat. Hold on. No, I can't find the picture of my Dodger Dog, but it says here on wikipedia.com. The Dodger Dog originated in 1962 when Thomas Arthur, Dodgers Stadium's concessions manager, created a 10-inch hot dog to mimic the foot-long hot dog at Coney Island. Okay. After hearing fans joke that it wasn't a true foot long, because it was 10 inches, right? Arthur decided to name it the Dodger Dog, which became an iconic staple of the stadium experience. The hot dog was originally made by Morelli Meat Company and later by Farmer John, a longtime sponsor. Okay, so there's that. And then let's go to the history of poutine. Poutine originated in rural Quebec in late 1950s with two competing claims for its invention in the town of Warwick and Drummondville. While the exact origin is debated, the dish consists of French fries and cheese curds topped with hot gravy, and it has since evolved from a regional specialty to a symbol of Quebec and Canadian culture. Okay, so what am I going to do? Well, we're going to do both. I'm going to have French fries that we're going to home make from this. I have one of these Russel potatoes. I'm going to cut it up into fry form, and we're going to put that in the air fryer. I'm also going to fry up our hot dog, which is not 10 inches. It's probably exactly half, so maybe we can call it like a Dodger half dog. I don't know where you get a 10-inch hot dog. It's ridiculous. They had 12-inch ones. I could have cut 2 inches off of that, but what's the point? Burt Bufftug says, well, why the hell did I bet on fucking delicious then? Well, it's going to be delicious. How could you go wrong with this? Now, there is one very important factor, and this I'm a little bit disappointed by. I don't have gravy. I thought I had some kind of gravy. I always have some kind of gravy in the cupboard, but I must have used it for another recipe. recipe, so I don't have it. Therefore, I asked the computer.
Searching.
No, computer. What's something you can use to substitute gravy?
From flavorfreedishes.com. For example, using pan drippings as a substitute for gravy can add a depth of flavor to roasted meats, while using broth or stock can create a lighter and more delicate sauce.
Okay, well, when I asked her earlier, she didn't do it right now, but she said you can substitute Worcestershire sauce, which is the kind of sauce they like in the UK. And so I have steak sauce from 365. I'm just going to use this. Parasitosa says the Italians call tomato sauce gravy. I didn't know that. Well, what do they call gravy then? Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started here. We're going to start with our hot dog. I'm going to poke the surrounding of a hot dog or sausage is made out of pig intestines, which, as gross as that sounds, they're very edible and there's really nothing harmful about them to your health. What's harmful is the carcinogens that they put in it to preserve it, but that's a whole different story. That's called nitrates, I guess. But we're going to put this guy on the grill pan, and that's going to hopefully cook out some of those carcinogens that they've got associated.
I don't see anything to connect. Check the device you'd like to use, and make sure Bluetooth is turned on.
Computer, stop! What the hell was that all about? Alright, so we want to put a little butter down on our grill pan here. Ew, that looks really nasty. What did I do? Maybe that thing wasn't clean. I don't know. I'm gonna put it back in the fridge and deal with it another time. Let's put our dog on there. Computer, set timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes, starting now.
The instructions say put it on there for 15 minutes, but rotate it every 3 minutes. So that's difficult. It's going to be a little bit annoying, but we'll do it. Meantime, let's get started here on our other situation here, which is our potato. I'm going to rinse this down a little bit. Turn up the heat on that. This is called a Russel potato. It's really kind of the standard for potatoes. The gold standard, if you will. But don't confuse that with something called the gold standard potatoes. Okay. So this is a potato peeler. We're going to just... this should... oh, that's right. You have to do it on the right side. Unfortunately, I was only able to find a brioche style hot dog bun, which is really going to be bad because I'm not a big fan of the whole concept behind brioches. The idea is that they expand it into more volume, but mostly they pump it full of air. So you just have this big airy thing, and there's no more substance to it. A lot of it, they're basically getting you to pay more money and sell you air. You know? It's kind of like when you buy a house that's got higher ceilings. You think, oh, wow, this is a bigger house. Well, no, not really. It's still just a house, and you filled it up with more air. You're not paying for air. Air is just something free that we all get to enjoy. Trashmaster124 says, can you explain the mechanics of a potato peeler? Yeah, so there is a contour shape of this, which goes along with the shape of a potato. And it's 2 sharp blades. And if you do it correctly, you can get it to peel pretty nicely. I did it incorrectly, unfortunately, but we're going to put the scrappings aside, and if you're worried about waste, you could probably use these to water your plants or repurpose them somehow, give them to your neighbors. Okay, now we're going to wear protective drug. This is not only a glove is what I meant to say. This is not only a fire retardant glove, but it's also knife retardant. So it's just generally retardant glove. Fan Honkerton says, I don't have a potato peeler. Can I substitute it with a carrot peeler? No, I don't think you should. Computer, stop. Okay, so now it's time to do our first flip. Computer, set timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so now we're going to start cutting these things into slabs. We've made French fries on here before. That's why I'm so good at it. A lot of you might have a little more difficulty because either you don't have the experience that I have in the kitchen, or maybe you're just not somebody who's good at cooking, which happens. Some people are just naturally not good at it, and in that case, try something else. Maybe athletics is more for you. Okay. Be careful here. Okay, we have still a couple of side pieces that aren't going to work for us. Okay, now we want to cut our slabs into quarters. And you're going to start seeing them look a little bit like the kind of French fries that you're used to seeing when you go to a restaurant. These are almost a little more like steak fries. But there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in our air fryer. The Yaminator says, I was wondering if you had a hand double for cutting these potatoes since it looks so professional. Now I understand why. Yeah, I don't actually. There's a setting on this thing where I can put it up like that, and I don't really know what the difference is, but it's what it is. How am I going to do this now? I think I'm supposed to grab a bowl. We have to mix this with our Acevedo oil, which is just, just a little healthier. I lost a potato fry. Just gross. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this oil around here. I'm also going to douse the bottom here with a little bit of oil. And you're going to have to get messy hands for this. Try to submerge every fry completely in the oil. Leave no fry unoiled. Like so. Oh, I almost forgot. We're going to need some seasonings. You know what I'm going to do? You guys might remember potato seasoning that I got from Cafe Raymond in Pittsburgh. Computer, stop. Now I got to change that again. This is coming out pretty killer. Changing my hot dog position. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit all these for now, so I'm just going to kind of find the ones that look most like a fry. because we're going to be putting this on our Dodger dog, thus creating a sort of a peaceful marriage between the Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. They are neck and neck. They are very close. This World Series is giving people ulcers and causing so much stress. I mean, people in Toronto must have been up till 3 a.m. their time the other night with they went into like the longest, it was like the longest World Series in history, or close to it anyway. I'm not the guy to get sports facts from, by the way, I should say. Okay, I think that's going to be okay. I want to check in with the alerts. Alexander Dean, if anyone wants to get rich, bet on the Blue Jays. Ooh, okay. That sounds like a challenge, as they say in Quebec. Alexander Dean is implying that the Blue Jays are going to win. All Things Must Ask says this presentation is immaculate. Thank you very much. I Can't Spell says, let's go Dodgers. Yep, we've got a little bit of a healthy rivalry going on here. That is why I don't pick sides, because I want to be able to sell my Henry's Kitchen aprons to everyone, regardless of which team they go for. And that's why if I say, hey, I'm Toronto Blue Jays, then anybody who's Dodgers won't buy my shit, and vice versa. That's just the world that we live in. But I will take a stand once it looks pretty certain that one of them is going to win, because then I'm what you call on the winning side of things. Parasitosis says, butt nuts on the table, who would you pick? Butt nuts on the table. Is that like tears on my pillow? I don't know what that means. No one can fault you for wanting to win. Absolutely. Get with the winning team. Jump on the proverbial bandwagon, is what I've always said. Beelzebub says, want to buy some Henry's Kitchen shit? Purchase Henry's... Wow, there's a link to the cookbook. I will say, you should probably go ahead and do that soon, because if you want it as a gift, because they take forever on Amazon to deliver. Viper Squid says, I prefer my butt nuts to stay off the table. Okay, now everybody's talking about butt nuts. All right, here we go. Let's get back to work here. We're going to put these in here. Let's try 10 minutes. And let's do the max. I'll try 10 minutes. I might have to flip them halfway through. All right, now we can sort of... Computer, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Oh, shit. That probably means that I missed a timer. Woo-wee. That is getting hot. It's earning its name as the hot dog. Okay. This cheese is going to represent the cheese curds. We can't get cheese curds here in Southern California, but we're going to put cheese on our Dodger dog, which is normally not done, but we're deconstructing and combining basically the poutine, which is the Toronto Blue Jays official snack item at Rogers Center, along with a Dodger dog. You know what? This bun is a little, it's brioche-ish and kind of just stale-ish. It's not my favorite, so I'm going to put it on this thing for a second. And we'll do that. Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to Buttnuts. Thank you so much, Anonymous. And it says here, anonymous user gifted up tier 1 sub to Buttnuts. Thank you so much for that, Anonymous. Thanks for checking in with us. Maui Girl wants to know if it's Swiss cheese. No, it's cheddar. It's a fine cheddar, because if you're going to make Montreal style cuisine, you better be using a fine cheese. Otherwise, the Irish Hammer is going to come after me. Trashmaster124, Anonymous is such a kind organization. Yeah, not only do they do all this Robin Hood stuff, but they've written so many great limericks, and they're alcoholics. They struggle with alcoholism. Anonymous is just sort of a part of our lives. Anonymous wrote this one. I offered my honor, she honored my offer. The rest of the night, I was honor and offer. I mean, can you imagine an organization that does all this kind of Robin Hood digital hacking stuff has a great sense of humor? Okay, computer, how much time left? Computer, how much time left?
There are no timers set.
Okay. Ooh, uh-oh. I forgot this was on there and I put it on too fucking long. It's starting to get smoky in here, guys. I'm so glad I don't have a fire alarm or a smoke alarm or something. Okay, a little bit of cleanup now. Let's do that. Let's get our potato scrappings and get rid of these. If you're just joining us, we are making the Poutine Dodger Dog to celebrate the World Series. A little bit of both for fans of whichever. I don't care. I just want people to buy my shit. Okay. Bert Bufftug says RIP to our channel points. Uh-oh. Smoked pampika, yeah, we have a little bit of that. I don't know if yeah, that's actually a good idea. We probably should have used that. Maybe we'll do that for our other batch of potatoes. I really don't like the way that hot dog bun smells. Desolate Reality says, Henry, I swear every time I see you stream, you look better and better. How do you do it? Have you found the fountain of good looks? Well, Desolate Reality, I'm going to assume that you mean that sarcastically, in which case that's okay. It's all in fun here at Henry's Kitchen. We have been told many times here at Henry's Kitchen that the host is aging. Not necessarily in the most graceful way. The only thing I can say about that is that we here at Henry's Kitchen are aware of the situation and the problem. We are working around the clock to try to fix it, and let's hope that we can do something. Maybe working around the clock to fix it is causing the aging process. Desolate Reality, you and roast beef are a couple of lookers. Well, roast beef is definitely the handsome one in the family. Probably because he gets all that beauty sleep. Goat Cheed says, are the producers looking for a new Henry's Kitchen host yet? I hope not. Fondue Yourself says, respectfully, fuck that, Henry. You look great and you're doing great work. Thank you, Fondue Yourself. That's very kind of you. It's hard, you know, because you're like, well, I never wanted to look like Kenny Rogers. I like his music. I don't know that I necessarily want to be him. Okay, I think it's time to flip this stuff. Let's take a look at what we've got going on here. What the fuck? Boner of a fart. Boner of a Lonely Fart just gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. That's incredible. Thank you so much, Boner of a Lonely Fart. That's very nice of you. I'm not really going to flip these because it seems to be breaking them apart, damn it. But I'm going to at least get them off of the sticking to the bottom. Oh, this sucks. Okay, so we're going to have sort of deconstructed French fries now. I'm tired of having everything deconstructed by accident. But it's what it is. Let's just put it back. Okay. And then, computer, how much time left on our dog? doesn't know what I mean. Okay, it's time to get the dog on here. Here it is. This is our proverbial Dodger dog. It's half the size of a real Dodger dog, which is 10 inches. This one's 5 inches. And it's also not a hot dog, it's a sausage, a chicken sausage. But, you know, it's gonna do. Splashing Blumpkins says, with the beard, you remind me of Alton Brown. But you were a much better cooking explainer. Thank you very much, Smashing Blumpkins. That's the thing I'm really concerned about, is my cooking explaining. Okay. I'm hearing that noise and it's driving me batshit. And it's getting awful smoky in here. Hopefully roast beef isn't getting smoked out. Doesn't look like it. It looks like he's happy. Okay, well, I think, you know what we're going to do now? I'm going to go ahead and do the thank you song, and when we're done, our fries should be ready. The Yaminator says, it's okay, smoke will keep the roaches away. I did not know that, but that's good. I haven't seen one in a long time. Beanie Bobini says, Henry, does roast beef like human food? No, I don't give him human food. I mean, if I'm really, really sure that it's something that he can eat, then I'll do it. But there's some human foods that can be very harmful for cats, so I try not to mess with it. I try to just do the stuff that, you know. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. All right, check, 1, 2. We're gonna put on the reverb. Why is there a situation happening? I think the wig that I was wearing for Halloween stream got in my guitar strap or something like that. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the old melody for this one, the Roger Miller, King of the Road, and I'm going to include our new tier 3 subscriber, Potato Cat Breeder. Thank you so much for that subscription, and then we're going to get new signs printed up here. Maui Girl says, I saw a cat eating a McDonald's cheeseburger and she immediately had explosive diarrhea. Wow, that's an awesome story, Maui Girl. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, here we go. Farcan and Dingo Bop, Dom Beef Hot Bear 1110, Do Dingle Dog Goggle, Dr. Flanges and Bacchus, and also Shane, yes, Beelzebub. Mochi's Nirvana, it's Kate Kairosa, Bumble Vision and the LGX, Chef Reactions, Husky Boyle, Bill Larkin and the Toilie, Key Change, Nim, Moon, Emerald, Orca Mind, S-Fan, Bonnie 2, Dazzle Cap, Blurry Little Quest, and Boris and Ben, Paratosis, and don't forget Quanto, and also Emery 225, Yarchasm, Nico Tazo, Michael Bublé 4422, Potato Cat Breeder, Passion Air, Minho Shin 64, Midnight Faded JSBX Family, Essie Tisson, Pool Boy 789, Lacey T, Purple Donut filling his fruit, Taggart and Boris and Zodiac, Tom Gary, Busey ASMR, Lurk Bullshit, it's Clarion, no Clarion, Mr. Gooseberry VT, Dazzle Cat, Zodbane, and Toke My Nuts, and also Saguaro Uberito 55555, Dennis or JV's text, Sickly Boy, Beelsby, Hen Lips 1, Caitlin's Kitchen, D's Nuts, Game Master Flash. Key change. The cat food taste tester, the Chironex. Mochi's Nirvana, Red Hot Hibachi. Ransom, GRS, Tis, and Michelle Heffy. Don't forget Quanto. All right, well, I think our fries are probably ready. Let's put this on off. And oh yeah, these are kind of looking a little bit like regular ass French fries. Let's go ahead and put these alongside our Dodger dog. Wow, these are very hot. Very fucking hot. Sorry. It seems to me like maybe I should be using a utensil here instead of picking up with my fingers like an idiot. I think that's gonna be good. Irish Hammer, our resident Canadian out there, how am I doing with this? We've got a poutine situation happening with our cheese. Oh, Beanie Bobini says river bison. Let me take care of that right now. Check 1, 2. Help. Okay, reverb is off. Okay. Irish Hammer, heat that gravy up. Heat it up, huh? Well, it's been sitting out for a little bit, but if you say heat it up, I don't mind doing that. Why don't we grab another plate, pour our steak sauce out, and Irish Hammer says we need to heat this up, so I'm going to put it in the microwave for let's put it in about 30 seconds or so. Don't burn yourself. Yeah, I know. I already kind of did, unfortunately. Put it in for 30 seconds. I'm hearing some noises. Oh, no. Yeah, that's... I only had it in there for 15 seconds and it got kind of torched. Let's go ahead and pour this on there. We've got a little poutine situation happening here. I just got to get maybe enough of this gravy happening. You know what I'll do? I'll use one of my French fries. This is what you call being smart. Ooh, we've already got cheese melting onto the French fries with the steak sauce. This is definitely a poutine type situation we've got going on here, and I'm liking it. And we got some Dodger dog in there too, just in case the Dodgers win and we have to say that this was all a tribute to the Dodgers. We don't know, but we're going to get with whatever the winning team is at the last minute, because that's what you do when you're human. Okay, this is it, guys. This is the Poutine Dodger Dog. It's got homemade French fries with some steak sauce to substitute for gravy, which I don't have. But we have some really good, fine, aged cheddar cheese. By aged, meaning it's been in my refrigerator for a very long time. And I'm going to take a big old bite out of this thing. Look at that melted cheese, too. I mean, this is probably more poutine than it is Dodger Dog. And the steak sauce, I guess, is like a Worcestershire. But here we go. Wow. Fucking delicious. What is this stuff? This is good. Cheese. Melted. I tasted the homemade French fries and that potato seasoning. Plus the dog has something good in it. Anyway, this is really, really good. I would love to just sit here and eat this whole thing right in front of you, but let's take another look at it. It's got French fries with gravy and cheddar cheese aged, along with, it's a hot dog, so it's giving us the best of both worlds. Computer, what time is the World Series game tonight?
Game 5 of the 2025 World Series between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Dodgers will occur this evening at 5 p.m.
I think you guys need to make, if you're going to watch the World Series, make yourself a Poutine Dodger dog. Do it, Trash Master, and watch the game and have fun. I'm not a guy who normally gets excited about baseball, but these games have been some of the most engaging television that I have watched since probably the Ed Sullivan Show. Fondue yourself. I'm not going to watch the World Series, but I might make that anyway. Yeah, you should. All thing must ask, you mean the American Series? No, it's the World Series. We have Canada, so it's at least international. Maybe you mean the North American? But it's every team in the world. Dark Ages says, what if Henry's cooking has magical powers? And by making this, he causes both teams to tie indefinitely, playing forever until the heat death of the universe. Wow. I didn't even think of that as a possibility, but I think you're right. That could happen. What a delicious way to have a strange ending for the universe that nobody would have predicted. All right. Damn. And I've even got more potato that I can air fry while we're playing our game. So let's go ahead and put the rest of these fries down here. They're coming off of the thing much easier now. We're going to make more of these fries. Not necessarily now, but maybe while we're gaming. All right, everybody. We did make a fucking mess, but it wouldn't be Henry's Kitchen if we didn't do that. New York Carl says, it's not about baseball anymore. Well, it looks like they're playing baseball. I don't know what exactly you mean by that. I know it's not about Star Wars or something. What do you mean? Butt Smasher Masher says roast beef cam. Oh yeah, you want the roast beef cam? Let's do it. Uh-oh. Roast beef got up and he's, where is he? He's eating. Hold on a second. Okay, so that was a little roast beef. I had to open the doors in the back because it's so smoky in here. Elk Jew says, can you give me tips to substitute hard bread and molded yogurt for the recipe? Well, the hard bread, you can do something about that if you want. You can put it in the microwave, and that'll kill a lot of people don't know that what's making your bread hard is the bacteria. Bacteria gets on bread and it makes it hard. And so if you put it in the microwave, you're killing it. So, all right, everybody, enough of that. M. Cariani says, wonder if the smoke is from the avocado oil. That's right. I don't know. But, hey, let's go ahead and do a little bit of our game here. But if you're wondering how the food situation's going, I still have plenty of Poutine Dodger Dog left to celebrate the World Series. And I've also got some homemade French fries to boot. That's good. We did all right today here at Henry's Kitchen. I'm out of coffee, though. Let me, Says here, somebody saw me. Valley O'Farron, hey Henry, I saw you at that show Sunday. Sweet job. Are you talking about the house concert? I did a house concert on Sunday and had a blast. And that was an incredible night. Well, thank you very much, Valley O'Farron, for coming to the show and for checking out the stream here. Every now and then I'll do a show. It's not as often as it used to be, but that was a wonderful... Yeah, South by South Hudson. Awesome. Say hi to Clyde. Thanks for joining us here. And my cat roast beef is now going to go use the restroom. I think he's a little annoyed by all the smoke that's happening in here. And I am too, to be fair. Okay, we're going to start playing a video game here. Let me go ahead and do that. Let me check out our alerts, though, and make sure we're not missing anything. Purple donut filling is fruit. Hold on a sec. Library. We're going to go into heavy rain. So Purple Donut Filling is Fruit gifted a Tier 1 sub to Hot Dog Boner. They have given 91 gift subs in the channel. Wow, thank you so much, Purple Donut Filling is Fruit. I'm very appreciative of that. And we've got a little bit of stuff to contend to here, or contend with. My cat roast beef, I want to put him back in his cubby because it's not really very safe to be here with all this smoke. In fact, you know what? I'm going to show a quick video here, and I'm going to turn the fan on to get some of this smoke out here. Hold on a second. Did that work? Okay, hold on everybody. We're almost there. Okay, I want to ask everybody, do you see me? Do you hear loud, obnoxious music? Trashmaster says, I was watching Rhett and Link's Wonder Hole and it was so cool when you popped up. Thank you very much. That was a super fun time. Okay, everybody's saying yes to both. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and start our game now. I hope everybody's doing all right. We made a killer item today. I'm going to have another French fry. I want to thank Irish Hammer, our resident Canadian of the day, for walking us through some of that. I don't remember where we left this. I have no idea what's happening. Some of the controls here have something to be desired. Maui Girl says, is there a song called Hold On, I'm Coming? I'm not sure, but it's a great title.
What do you want? Ugh, fuck you. I said 1,000 times that I don't want any junkies in my door. If you want to score, man, you gotta fucking call first. Come on.
What am I supposed to do here, guys? What is this? I did everything it's telling me to do.
Fuck! Are you deaf or what? I should get out of here. You're gonna cost me trouble.
What am I supposed to do here?
Fuck off! Hey, take it easy, man. Huh? Keep cool.
Shake the controller. Yeah, I did.
What do you want?
Nothing works every time I try it.
Money? Tell me what you need. Sure, we can make a deal.
Another bite of my Dodger Poutine dog.
I'm gonna blow your brains out, you son of a bitch! My house, steal my dope? You're gonna be shooting up in hell, motherfucker! Tom, fuck it up! Move it! Man, I give you whatever you want. Got dope? Got cash? You want some dope? Please. Please don't kill me, man. I got children. These my girls, see? This one's Sarah. And the little one, that's Cindy. Please, man. I want to see them again.
My cat had a rough bowel movement situation.
Please don't shoot.
What did I miss?
I'm a father too.
What? Did I do that?
I have no choice.
Oh no. Roast beef. Sorry, everybody. I'm a little distracted by my distressed cat. He's got food, water, everything. I guess he just wants attention and getting a phone call. All right, so I shake it. I tried it. Don't know why it didn't work. Digitized, yeah, I think you're right. I was trying to play with, I was trying to get my cat settled. If you want to know what's happening with roast beef, he's just sort of cleaning himself. He had a rough BM, and so that's why you heard some of the screaming. But he's back to cleaning himself. I'm gonna wash the cat juice off my hands. That was pretty graphic, by the way. I don't know if that... I should have given a warning about this game ahead of time. Oh yeah, this chick. Mmm.
Matt, it's Sam. I got your information.
Dr. Poutine dogs are the best.
Marble Street is a Dr. Adrian Baker. He's a struck-off surgeon that used to sell drugs to junkies on the quad. He made some cash and bought up some cheap-ass apartments, including the one in Marble Street. Of course, he got caught. He did a few months in prison and was struck off the medical register.
Interesting. Thanks for the information, Sam. I owe you one.
Hey, Matt.
Dark Aegis, you're right. I think there would be DNA.
Talk to you later. The owner of the apartment where Ethan was supposed to cut his finger lives here. Not much of a lead, but it's all I've got.
I'd say it's a pretty good lead now. Sorry everybody, I'm very hungry. Let's go in. Let's see what this guy is all about, finger cutting guy. Another roast beef shot. Might be more entertaining than the game at this point.
Hi. I was told that you could get Bitropin without a prescription.
Sorry, you were misinformed. Goodbye.
Hold on. I really need your help here. I can pay.
Butt Smasher Masher says that's Bill Murray. I didn't realize that. Gome Kande, did you see what we made today? Oh, that's right. I think you said you come from the northeastern region of the U.S. I, for some reason, thought you might have been Canadian.
You're looking for Bitropin, my dear. Are you having trouble sleeping? How much do you need?
Boring conversation time.
About 3-4 boxes.
Well, no, that shouldn't be a problem. Would you like a drink? I was just about to have one.
No, thanks.
Alcohol helps take the edge off the pills, don't you think? Anyway, we should drink a toast to our first deal.
Creepo.
I haven't seen you around here before. Who told you about me?
The important thing is that we're here, right? I heard you had some apartments for rent. I'm looking.
Sorry, darling. Those are all booked up.
Shame. I was looking for something around Marble Street.
You're not drinking?
I keep saying no to this creepo.
I'm not really thirsty.
Ladies, if ever a man
I'll get your prescription.
says to you many, many times
Wait here.
that you should be drinking his alcohol, some kind of red flag.
Guy gives me the creeps. I better take a look around to see if I can find anything before he gets back.
Oh no, I gotta do some stuff now. No. What the fuck? What kind of sick guy has a toilet right in the bathroom?
It's like he retired a bunch of medical supplies on his way out. There's enough sleeping pills here to knock out an army.
Phone number. I think I got what I need. Boy, this guy's taking a while, huh?
Doc seems to be interested in property, amongst other things.
Yeah, Game Master Flash is right. Blue Lagoon was a great movie, a coming-of-age movie of sorts, starring Brooke Shields and Christopher Atkins. Go back to the bathroom, you say, butt smasher masher? Bingo. Or not. I'll just say I was in the bathroom. I'll just sit down like nothing happened. Try leaving? Yeah, I could do that. No, I can't leave. Well, that was cool. Should I have stayed?
I've got the answer to your sleeping problem right here. Sweet.
What? So he's got somebody there? Do not drink the doc's beverage. This is the first time I'm noticing there were little tips here. Access prohibited, but I'm going in there anyway. I think roast beef is praying. He usually does that, or he's meditating. He's in a meditative state. Thanks, Phoenix. I don't know what my achievement was, but I'll take it. There was a scene like this in Detroit Become Human, no? He is, Slack. I think that we should probably just look at him. He really is a good guy. He's very old. He's like Gandalf or Yoda or one of these. Nancy Droodles, an umbrella sales firm, would clean up in that town. Oh, absolutely. I think the whole climate is a conspiracy from the people who sell umbrellas. Nancy Droodles, did you hear the songs that we did for you today? They were great suggestions. I think rain is pretty much a hoax created by the jacket industry. What are we doing here, guys? Do I know why I'm here? There's a lot of this in this game. Oh, fuck. I can't go out that way, I guess. Can I just leave? It's my car? Some slight navigational issues here. Impulse X, I wish I could do that. Is that like an autopilot thing? I just want to do something, anything. Get me out of here. Quanto always used to say when you're gaming, head for the light. Not just when you're gaming, it's also good for when you're dying. In the barn. Okay, thanks, Bud Smasher. What's this, though? Seriously, nothing here? Seriously, nothing here. Just a light that distracted me. Fuck this. Sometimes a light is just a light. I guess that's probably the theme of this game.
Can you stop that thing? Norman Jaden, FBI. Can we talk for a minute?
I'm listening.
Can we go inside?
You're right, Zhao Mantao.
I'm looking for the owner of a blue Chevrolet Malibu 83. I don't give a damn how the car got here, whether you stole it or not. I just want to know who bought it from.
Sorry, man. Don't ring your bell. I got a real bad memory for names.
Perhaps I can help you to remember. If we find out that you sold the car to the man we're looking for, you're looking at some pretty solid time inside, Jackie boy.
You trying to scare me with your big talk? I never saw your damn car. Let's take a walk.
Where am I going? Oh yeah, my glasses. magic glasses, but I don't know what to do. Fuck. Oh, I see.
Blood.
Ghost
Why is there
ectoplasm.
blood here?
Can't.
Fingerprints. Probably Mad Jack's.
Is this the finger guy?
Gary comment. Traces of orchid pollen in the air inside the garage.
It's helpful.
Same brand of tire as the car I'm looking for. Is the killer's car being here? Few traces of blue paint, same tire tracks, no doubt about it. Killer's car was here.
Might still be. It's all dried up, huh? Put the glasses away. Alright, I've seen all there is to be seen here. Can we get out of here, please? Why won't it let me leave? I'm done here. Can't leave. This is the kind of shit that drives me nuts, guys. That Poutine Dodger dog is making me have to go to the bathroom. We already looked here, right? Finally. We got a name. Bad Jack. Okay, are we done? Can I leave now? With my luck, the Dodgers game is going to start with me still playing this. I say the Dodgers game because I'm here in LA, but it's also the Blue Jays game, very much so. Remember, I don't choose who I'm rooting for.
You got me, officer.
Oh, that gave me a start.
I'll come clean. Now that car, she buff up real good. I painted her dangerous blue in honor of a dangerous motherfucker that was driving her. Hands on your head, pig. I ain't got time to be playing around with you. Let's just get you out of sight and finish you off.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to do some shit. I think this game knows that I'm slow because it's giving me a little bit of leeway. There we go.
Enough fucking around. You're gonna tell me about the man with the blue car.
Go fuck yourself in the ass.
It's impossible.
Last chance, Jack. Make it easy on yourself.
What you gonna do? You ain't got them killer eyes, so what? You gonna cuff me?
Do you like fireworks, Jack? Because I bet them gas tanks are gonna blow up real nice.
Shit, man, don't mess with the gasoline.
Well, just say it was an accident. Or rather, I'll say it was an accident because you won't really be able to talk, will you, Jack?
You crazy motherfucker, you out of your mind, man. Well, I don't know nothing about the guy. He wanted me to get rid of his dirty car, get in a new one with false plates. He paid cash, and I ain't the questioning kind. Said I was supposed to drop the word to a guy named Paco down at the Blue Lagoon when the car was done. Now that's all I know.
We'll continue this discussion down at the station. You're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything...
Oh, not now.
Shit,
I'm having a seizure.
anything you say can and will be...
Hey, you look like you got a problem, man.
Why don't you just shoot him?
They letting you dope heads in the FBI now? God bless America. Now I'm gonna give you a little help with your drug problem, Mr. 5-0. Permanently.
Was that something I messed up? Okay, everybody, I think it's time. It's probably a good cliffhanger. Maybe not. No way out. Okay, game over. I lost. Bluegrass music? My God, what kind of sicko is this? If I can just keep honking this horn, maybe the vibrations from the sound will cause this car to fall out. There we go, Rob. I did the thing it told me to... He still might be okay. Mufam and Sanny. Okay, everybody. I think we've had enough fun here for one day. Can't escape the game. Can't do anything. The game really does frustrate me with the controls for some reason. I don't know if it's the keyboard. Yeah. I always have to read that several times. Okay, wow. Very creepy Halloween we're having here. How do you exit the game? Okay. Here. Beelzebub, thank you so much for the congrats on the cooking success. Enjoy the World Series, everybody. We made an incredible meal today. It was the Poutine Dodger Dog to celebrate the Toronto Blue Jays, as well as the Dodgers. I always say just wait and see who's winning before you pick which team you want to root for, and that way you're more likely to get on the winning side, and you always want to be on the winning side. Dude Tranquil says, great job, Henry. Thank you so much. Nancy Droodles, you knocked it out of the park. Yeah, this was very good food. I'm sorry for the people that bet against me today, but today was a success. You can see by how much of it I ate. Like, I ate it all. And I actually have more French fries that I'm going to poutine up right after the stream while I clean up. So we did okay here at Henry's Kitchen. I don't know why I have this horrible shadow in my face. But what are you going to do? Maui Girl says, I'm going to read about the Monkees now. Yeah, you should. They had some great music. Mickey Dolenz, one of my favorite musicians. Butt Smasher Masher says 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, everybody. It was a delicious hot dog. Thanks, Maui Girl. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. Thanks for joining me. And when I see you, it won't be Halloween anymore. It'll be, let's see. Well, Thanksgiving will be coming up, so we'll start getting into that mode. We can still make pumpkin pie, though, so we might still be buying pumpkins. All right, everybody. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your week.